everybody, once again welcome to Let's Play or Let's Fly Explain 10. We are here at my home base Schiphol, Amsterdam airport, and today we're gonna fly a very special route to me. We're flying from the airport that I was on to the destination I went to this summer, which was Venice, Italy, which we'll be flying. I flew that in this brand airplane, but since there's no livery for it on the plane that I fly, the KLM that you see right here at the gate, we'll have to deal with that. But yeah, I made a special route in a flight planner that I recently found, which I'll show you right now before we head into the cockpit. As you can see, it's still a little dark outside, but by the time we take off, it should be a lot more light, because it's early in the morning, which is the time when I came on the airport. So right now I was walking around this big ass mall part, just trying to wake up, and meanwhile the gate D, as the biggest gate is called, there were various airplanes, of course, docking and taking off at the same time. The funny thing is that I flew with Transavia, and in this flight simulator that Transavia planes are also parked around gate D. So there's probably a resemblance in that. And funny as well is that it has a brand on the gates for a bank, and this is Dutch. It says a bank full of ideas. So yeah, so we'll go to the map real quick and see you guys inside the cockpit after that. So as you can see on the map right here, I have a new way of programming my flights. It's called X-Flight Planner, and you can basically pick any fix or waypoint you want. This shows airports, this shows navigate, this shows fixes, like the route I choose here. So we're gonna be starting from Amsterdam, and I'm expecting the ATC to give me this runway as usual. So I got this fix as the first fix, so I can have a nice turn, hopefully not go off course accordingly, and then a quick swoop around over a little part of Belgium, because it's like right across the border here, and go over Spa, Francorchamps, also famous F1 track here, but actually my plane flew over that, so I wanted to simulate that. Okay, so we go over a little bit of Germany, across a little bit of France, and I actually was here on a wine trip with school, so over Colmar. So then we get Switzerland with the Alps, which you have to fly at around 20,000, or else we'll hit the top of the mountain. And as we come over the Alps, we have to descend real quick as we come into Italy. And there's mountains all around here, but this is the highest part of mountain area we are going to cross, and then going to go inwards, and then with a nice little distance to go, we can descend slowly. We go past a few famous landmarks or cities like Milan, Parma, Piacenza, if that's pronounced correctly, but that's okay. So, and then within Reggio Emilia, I think. No, a nice approach towards Venice, where I visited this summer. So this kind of I tried to represent the same flight I did. Obviously, I don't know what kind of fixes the pilots in the plane I flew chose, but this seems about right. We saw some of the Alps, and we flew over that part of Belgium, but the trip might have been around here. I don't know if we crossed Liechtenstein, Innsbruck, or Austria, or the Swiss Alps, or the French Alps for that matter, but that's okay. Maybe we went like this, could be, but this seems like a quick route as well, and I hope you all enjoy, and I'll see you all inside the cockpit. Alright, so as we arrive in the cockpit, it's a little dark here, so let's get some lights here. Turn on our AP. I don't know if I do this all in the right order, but this is what I've learned so far of it anyways. Let's turn the autopilot on first, and we'll set our initial climbing altitude to 3000, initial Mach speed to a good 250 knots. There we go. GPS localizer on. We are going to file our flight plan right now. So we're going from Amsterdam at flight level of 20,000 feet, which is flight level 200, I think. We learn more every day. Our route is gonna go from Amsterdam to EH032, followed by our TN36. YSE to EH575. Next one is ARCKY. That is Next waypoints will be oops. After MASAB comes RBS, low pass, 23, destination. Right, it took every waypoint correctly, so that means this is the one that I planned ahead. As you can see on the radar, that's our initial route getting out of here. I hope the ATC gives me the best runway for that, but you never know. Let's see, ground 2179. I think this is the fast 97.
Kilo Lima 2270, clear IFR to Lima, India, Papa, Zulu, as filed. Maintain flight level 200, squawk 4701.
Go.
Cleared IFR to Lima, India, Papa, Zulu, as filed. Maintain flight level 200, squawk 4701. Kilo Lima 2270.
Okay. It's time to request pushback.
November 01 X-ray Papa, clear IFR to Kilo Sierra Alpha Tango as filed. Maintain flight level 360, squawk 4702.
Cleared IFR to Kilo Sierra Alpha Tango as filed. Maintain flight level 360, squawk 4702. November 01 X-ray Papa.
Right. So it's now time to request clearance, which we are going to, or rather request taxi. So we'll do it on this frequency.
Kilo Lima 2270, runway
6 again.
taxi via Alpha 13 Alpha 10 Alpha Sierra 2, hold short of runway 6.
Runway 6, taxi via Alpha 13 Alpha 10 Alpha Sierra 2, hold short of 6 Kilo Lima 2270.
To turn on the engines. We do this by holding the run button down. Once you hear it rev up, I don't know, you can watch some gauges below. I just hold it down to feel it doesn't shut down after I release it. And go for engine 2. They are both on, turn on the generators, both engines, and the inverter, which is, I think, for reverse thrust. You can see here that the engines are both running at a nice rate, and I turn off the igniters, and after we're done taxiing, I'll turn off the fuel for that. So this is the fuel control for flight mode, I think. Turn beacon and nav lights on, so our landing lights, you can see something, and it's time to taxi to our runway. So here we go. it's time to leave the gates for the runway. Got a little taxi time, and as you can see, the sky is still a little dark, but seeming it's a little past 6 o'clock, and my flight took off at 6:40 in those planes, the Transavia ones. I thought it'd be nice to fly at around the same time as I did in real life to the same destination. But I hope sort of the same route, but I'm not quite sure. Because I didn't ask the captain for the flight plan there. Because I really got into simming after this. Oh, look at that, a airplane is returning. I wonder where it's taxiing to. It is a weird color as well. Maybe it's also going to take off. Looks a little smoky to me. I think it was the one that just was just on the radio as well. Let's just follow it in its tracks, speed-wise. It is a beautiful airport to drive around, though. Even at night, it looks pretty epic. And I'll just drive on the right course real quick so that I can look around for a second myself. I'm going to overtake that other plane in a second. I don't know where the airplane went. It was a ghost plane. It's the main tower. And we're heading for the runway 6 now. Which I hope is on the right course this time. Still haven't figured out how to listen to the ATC on this airport, which is a shame because I want to know what runway it's going to select beforehand instead of afterwards.
Kilo, Lima 2270, contact tower on 119.22.
Contact tower on 119.22. Kilo, Lima 2270. Tower, Kilo, Lima 2270.
Kilo, Lima 2270, runway 6, clear for pickup.
Alright, clear for takeoff.
Runway 6, clear for takeoff. Kilo, Lima 2270.
So I guess I go to runway 6.
Tower, November 01 X-ray, Papa.
It's better. To make a huge turn to the left though. Fuel generators off. Fuel. Pitted windshield heat is on. Anti-ice on. Emission climbing altitude is 3,000. And that's on. Check. Right, time to take off. Ready, steady, go. V1, rotate, still rate of climb, gear up, and turning.
Kilo Lima 2270, contact center on 135.995.
Contact center on 135.995. Kilo Lima 2270.
Thumbs up.
November 01, X-ray, Papa, runway 6, clear for takeoff.
Runway 6 cleared for takeoff. November 01, X-ray, Papa.
Right, correct speed, turn on the autopilot, and contact. Uh-oh, that's not good.
Kilo Lima 2270, are you with me? Are you with me?
Kilo Lima 2270.
It's better.
Kilo Lima 2270, climb and maintain flight level 200.
Up to flight level 200. Kilo Lima 2270. Center. Kilo Lima 2270.
Kilo Lima 2270, Echo Hotel Alpha Mike, altimeter 2979er.
Echo Hotel Alpha Mike, altimeter 2979er. Kilo Lima
Well, it wasn't a comfortable takeoff at all, as you guys could see. Because I had the speed way too low, the auto thrust got out on me. But luckily, I can still use manual stick to pull up, and then we are back on course. And, it's starting to become daylight instead of night. And it's probably taken off our RTM 36, and that means we are, let's see, at the second waypoint near a city called Alphen aan de Rijn. Alphen aan de Rijn. So let's see how it looks from outside of the plane. City of Venice. So we made a sharp turn from Schiphol. There's a different plane that just took off from Amsterdam as well. And I forgot to mention we have to climb to 20,000. We are climbing at a steady rate. But I have to turn the altimeter up to 20,000 right away, because that's what the in-game ATC wants, to go up to the flight level immediately. Since it is a long way, I'm going to do it at a steady rate, which in my opinion is better. But the vertical of 2000 is really okay to do. So we're going to use that and climb at a steady rate to the altitude of 20,000 feet. Right now it is still a little dark and starry outside, but the sun is rising soon, so and you can see more than in the middle of the night when it's pitch dark. So I hope you guys enjoy the contrast between night and day, as this is about the time that I flew, and it was already light when my plane took off, but I wish it wasn't. When I arrived at the airport, obviously 2 hours before my flight, it was still pitch dark, so I did see everything in the night contrast to the day. So that's what I wanted to experience during this flight as well with you guys. And girls for that matter. Whoever is watching, everyone is as welcome as anyone. So yeah, it's time for the next waypoint in 1 minute already. It's called GSAP, so let's watch my map real quick. So it's should be right here. Yep. No. What's it doing? Oh. On my map it's gone, but that's okay. As long as it's still in the program. We're climbing past 10,000. Normally you tell that to Central as well, but this game's ATC isn't as immersive as normal real life ATC are when you connect to something like Venice or the other network. Close to the next waypoint, as you can see on the map as well. We're not really, oh wow, that was weird. We're not really making a sharp turn or anything, but yeah. Oh, clouds. Passing through them right now. Looks pretty good in my opinion. The scenery changed quickly all of a sudden. Also got rid of my co-pilot because he's blocking the view. Still a starry sky, but the sun is rising over there. There's still lights of roads, etc. in the background. And we are flying over Venice at the moment. Still climbing at 14,000.
November 01 X-ray Papa, you're on board. You're on board.
November 01 X-ray Papa.
As long as I'm not going to keep repeating that. Didn't program the altitude this time, couldn't be bothered. Still climbing, so we're over the clouds now, so we don't have to pass through them anymore. Still got the heating on the anti-ice, just to be sure. clouds and we're over the clouds. It's going to be a nice view up, but we might miss some scenery down because the clouds are in the way. But that's how it goes when you fly. Can't expect to see everything in the first trip you make somewhere. I just saw like a little tip of the Alps on my trip because of all the clouds there. Did manage to photograph it at the end, but for instance, when we flew over Spa, I couldn't see a thing, and we were so high I couldn't even see the racetrack either, which was a shame. So 6:25, which is 4:25 Zulu, or Greenwich Mean Time. Because Zulu is military time, but it's the same as Greenwich Mean Time, I found out. So I don't understand why they don't just call it GMT. No, GMT +2. Because it's summertime, and in the winter GMT +1. So this game actually takes into account which month it is and how short and long the days are, which is pretty nice, and it takes the real weather from the net and you can import it into the game every day before your flight. So it's very realistic. You might as well load it while you're flying to get up to date every so often on the weather. So we reached our altitude of 20,000, which is nice. And our oil temperature is going down, and when it's down at a decent level, I'll increase the speed a little bit so we can go a bit faster. We're closing in on our waypoint, as you can see, EH575, which is the next waypoint. We are going to cross the border into another country as well. Day starts turning brighter and brighter at very fast rate. No more stars, can barely see the moon. Can't see the sun really well because of the fact that there are so many clouds at the moment. It promises to be a nice day flight, so you can see a lot of nice scenery during the flight, as long as you don't fall asleep while we are flying. So I'm gonna increase our speed a little bit, just while we make the turn. At 385 is a nice fast speed to be flying at. So our fuel is halfway past, which is alright. We have overfueled our plane a little bit, which I could adjust right now, but can't be bothered. Don't want to interrupt the flight too much for no reason. So frames are dropping again, just like they did in my last recording. I think it is something to do with flying so high, I don't know, or loading new areas. Let's see, RARCKY is the next one. Zoom in on that on my map. Okay, so according to that, ARCKY, going to be flying over Spa, and when we hit ARCKY we are already over Spa when we do that. So right now we are, I think, at the tip of the end of my country. So we have this little tail at the end of the country. Could take a gander real quick. Right, so as you can see, we just passed the plane, which is funny. And this is where we started, in Amsterdam. So this is where we're flying. And I really can't see the geography here. Textured, no. High speed, low. Doesn't say anything to me. Sectional. Okay, it doesn't matter. Go back to the plane. I don't want any airport frequencies in my face anymore. Just take a look outside. We are flying pretty high, and there's the sun finally illuminating on our plane. What's the thing? Dark side, light side. I know simulators aren't made to be graphically looking the best, but I think the lighting, some stuff they did with this game, pretty neat. I did discover something nice about this game. If you want to try quick flights, you can actually speed up time. I'm not gonna do that because it's not really fun to be skipping ahead time, because I'm not even sure that their in-game time will be skipped. Could be, but I'm not going to, since the purpose of these flights is to have the real flight in the real time. Sometimes when I test routes, I sometimes speed up time. Bake. Well, that's probably still, well, it's not Holland anymore. Bake is probably Belgium. There's only 5 minutes till we are at that point where Spa is. Not that we get to see it, I think. So yeah, we still need to find out how I can listen to the ATC on the airport of Amsterdam, because the frequency there is not as high as the ATC in Bake, for instance, and my radio somehow can't tune into 108. It can't go as low, so I wonder how it works with that. You know, I can listen to the ATC, so I know how to, well, let's say, how to take off, and what runway is expected, and what's the wind like, and etc. Make it as realistic as possible, because you have to check in with information Bravo or Foxtrot, for instance. And if you not listen to the ATC in real life, you can't even you're not even allowed to get clearance for your flight plan. As a pilot, you're expected to know what the situation is like on the airport. Okay, so 3 minutes till our ARCKY, which means we are close to Spa. And we're probably gonna miss it, and there is no track down there. So I didn't put an ad on for it, and I'm certain that explain. Creators didn't. Okay, finally, no more letters in the screen. It's about time. So we're running at 30 frames per second, which you might say is very bad. For a simulator, it's alright. I want the graphics as nice as possible. Still running at that rate. That's playable. I did have it at 80 frames earlier, but the graphics, I did soup them up a little bit. So I turned the full screen on. It's also fraps, of course, it kept them 30. So when I turn the fraps off, it's a lot more. It's like 60 frames. And the view is pretty nice. And, I still don't have any passengers on board, but we can take a look and see what it's like when we're in the passenger seat. It takes a long time to get there now. Probably a faster way than this. So it's the only way I know. There's a door. Looks like there's a hole in it. Oh. Look at that, it's empty once again. Oh, that's a ugly cabinet. Oh, that's a nice FL180. That's not realistic. Let's watch from a passenger's point of view. This is taking a long time. I want to look outside the window, Mom. Where's the wing? Oh wow, that's a big ass engine. Ah, screen's airing. Oh, it looks so grey and dark outside from the passenger's point of view. Oh, there's another door. There's another hole in the door. There goes my frames. I don't think this airplane is safe. It's in the glass. Ah, here it is, the wing. I was sitting next to the left wing. It wasn't such a big wing though. That's nice. Yeah. This is a lot nicer. Looks like the windows are like blinded or something. Ah. Yep, my seat next to me is empty, as it should. Ah, turn. That means we're over Spa. Spa is behind us. I don't see any racetracks. It's bullshit. So yeah, I think we're doing alright. So when we're over Spa, it means segment 6 SORAL. That's the... Right now we're over a little bit of Germany, then Luxembourg, and then we enter a little bit of France. That's where we hit our waypoint that we're on our way now to. Then there's another waypoint that's after that, it's in France. Then we'll be crossing the Swiss border, flying over Bern, and Switzerland and the Alps, obviously. And after that we'll be in Italy actually already. So it's going to be a very quick change of countries in a minute. We fly over the Netherlands, Belgium, Germany, like a little insular Luxembourg, France, Switzerland, and Italy. So like 6 countries at once. That's a lot of stamps in your passport if you have to cross every border. That's why flying is a lot more fun. As long as the ATC doesn't fuck with me during landing. Like it did last time. So I also downloaded North America, I think, or South America. I think North America. South America, actually. No, well, it doesn't matter. Anyways, with the tropical islands close to it, like St. Martin, and I actually found out that they don't have ILS approaches, so I might have trouble to land there. I'm gonna have to learn to land differently, not instrumental, but visual. It's pretty impressive that they land such big heavy planes there. So the sun is up, orange mode, I guess. So, but it's blue on the right side of the plane. We're still flying at 20,000 feet and steady as she goes. 4 minutes till we hit our segment. In the northeast of France, I guess. It's like to the east of Paris. A little more north, east and southeast. But, it's just across the border. And if you guys have any preferences on destinations I should fly to, like flights that you've been on from your country to another, like for a holiday trip, and as long as it's like 4-hour flight, it could be, but if it is and there's a lot of sea flying, then I'm going to speed up time by 4 probably. I'm not gonna fly from America to Europe either, because that's gonna take like all night, and I don't have the hard drive space to record such a long trip. But yeah, if it's like a 3-hour trip, it's gonna be tricky, but I don't mind. I'm just gonna skip a lot of the pre-flight stuff, obviously. But yeah, if you have any suggestions, and if you have like fond memories of a certain airport you were, and I can somehow recreate it with this flight simulator, then feel free to comment in the comment section and let me know what next destination will be. Also trying to figure out how to do a co-op with a friend of mine, Hamish, on Steam. Somehow, so far we haven't been successful in that much. We really want to fly in the same plane at the same time. One of us can be captain and the other is co-pilot, and pilot and co-pilot. And It means that both of us can press like every button in the cockpit, but there's only one person that can fly this thing. But yeah, when it's on autopilot, neither of us really flies that thing. So it's just a matter of checking the instruments at that moment and making sure everything's alright. So let's see, the next waypoint is 2 minutes. Finally in France by that time. So we're on Luxembourg now, I think. Over Luxembourg. Can't really see much. I see a little terrainy area, but don't really recognize it as Luxembourg, to be honest. It's because I've never been flying over there much to be recognizable from, I guess. No famous landmarks. I don't have any additional content for it. The Alps should be interesting, Switzerland. Obviously the countryside in Italy is interesting. It will be flying a lot lower over there, I think. Okay, so I think we should make it a little easier on our imagination passengers. Oh, what's happening? Can't see shit. Is it loading? Something new? Why did the engine stop? Okay, so we're in France now. I can barely see anything. Wow. Okay, so no more clouds. What a bright sun. Jesus. I hope this goes away soon. Yeah, 60 frames, no shit, Sherlock. This is barely costing me anything to render. Everything is so fake and bright. Anyways, we hit the waypoint, so the next waypoint will be Tirso, and that's right before we cross the Swiss border, making a slight turn to the left again, and that means we're going straight for the mountains, and you can see it on the radar, the map of the FIS navigation tool. Here's the next waypoint, and then go to the left towards Switzerland and the Alps. But that's not that too a while from now. I don't understand this. I don't understand this, but it's the only way I can see this waypoint. So usually I have a range around this, because you can barely see anything coming from here. This is too much clusterfuck. I don't understand why graphics are so weird at the moment, but it might change soon, I hope. Sure is bright. That's our plane. Royal Dutch Airlines. I had a skin on a different plane that says Flying Dutchman. It's too bad it's not on this plane. I would have liked that. So I'm still doing alright. Because I changed the cabin pressure. I'm sure it'll improve soon enough. I do like that the cockpit is white now. So the green back door, crap like that. Waypoint is coming inside on the screen now. This is menu. There we go. Airport. No waypoints or but they cause the clusterfuck. Airports aren't important because I'm not going to any airports. Few hours I don't fly. Visual. It's for those radio frequency crap thingies. Don't understand what that is. Feet. Maybe I have to be at that flight level to be able to cross that. Come on, graphics. Show me nice scenery. Not even high. That's way higher. 20,000 isn't really high if you think about it anyways. So close to our waypoint, and we'll be crossing the border close after that. Close to a city called Colmar. I went on a wine trip to France, and that was one of the cities we went to. I had a very good time. It's fun to see your teacher drunk. So it's 10 minutes to 7. My flight originally took off at 6:40, which means taxiing, not taking off. So if you count that, I might have taken off at around 7 o'clock. So we're still a little bit ahead on schedule. A little bit too much ahead on schedule, actually. But I'm okay with that because I don't really mind the time difference. Yeah, in Switzerland soon, which means we'll be crossing some mountains. I'm hoping the scenery will change because of it. Alright. 3 minutes till Thursday. We get some nice hill scenery. But still this weird bright crap. At least it's looking better. It's running at 60 frames somehow. Closing in on the waypoint. Yeah. I still think we're a little low. Amsterdam, I'll choose a higher altitude to fly at. Passengers can have their seatbelts off. I imaginative passengers. You guys like watching the plane this way, or just from the passenger seat, or the pilot seat? I like looking to the left sometimes. Some people say they don't imagine themselves sitting behind a chair for such a long time, just doing nothing. But it's not, first of all, it's not doing nothing. It's about the experience, really. And there of course there is parts where you have less to do and parts where it's more intensive, but it's not like taking off and landing is the only intensive part of it. Because flying, like me for instance, I'm not flying prepared all the time. As you can see, we hit our waypoint, so I'm not always prepared to everything, and I don't fly like full sim just yet. I want to be online with real ATC and stuff like that, which is much more intense, obviously. For that, you just have to build it up, and you can make it as much sim as you want. And real pilots, well, I guess they have time for a cup of coffee while they're flying, but do have like at least like 100 people normally on board an airport. And it's very important to pay attention to all your flight instruments and stuff. Even in the simulator, you can like simulate an so like an instrument failure, or like an engine blowing and stuff like that. But in real life, that's always a possibility. I can stare at this outside view for a while, and I guess normal pilots can as well from time to time. But that's because they have co-pilots watching these instruments, and there's at least one guy watching these instruments the whole time, like the engine, the oil, the pressure, the trim, the staff, fuel, because the fuel is still divided equally among tanks. If all these buttons still are working. Oh, we got this fake shit again. Great. Yeah, I guess you have to pay attention to your instruments at all time during a real flight. Yeah, my instruments don't break occasionally. I guess there's no setting for it. Maybe there is, but you can have your scenario set up where something breaks if you want. Here is some weather information. The plane is doing something weird or different. Let's see, it's MASAP. Yep, it is doing something. So we're over Switzerland now. I don't see any mountains just yet. Just a bright sun again. A flat countryside. Must be the weather. This kind of weather is good for the frame rate, but it's not good for the enjoyment of the scenery. Because I was just watching out of the window a second ago, looking all nice, but now it's bright and even the frames are stuttering now. Now let's bounce back. Just hit record and stop record and hit record just to make sure that I have the full flight footage. Okay, so when we come into Venice, obviously we have nav1 and nav2. I'm gonna program them both for the iOS approach. Wow, that's terrible. Okay, so it loaded, and when it's loading stuff, it's probably going into vague mode. Which is a shame. I think the reason for it is maybe because we're just flying a little too low for the game to be handling all this flying at this speed. Real flight simulators, I mean, I saw like YouTube clips, and when they fly at this altitude, they don't even see what's below them. The simulator doesn't simulate it. Only when they land, when they're at like flight level 2,000 feet, like not 20,000 but 2,000 actually, the landscape starts forming, so they just fly on radar and everything. They don't really have anything to watch below them like in this simulator. So finally the sun is rising a little more, which means there's less orange. Still sun, but 7 o'clock in the morning on summertime, obviously. And I programmed it to be somewhere around the 20th of August. I flew in July, but this was the best transition from